Welcome back to Well, That's Interesting. The My Life is Better Knowing They Existed edition.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ah.
What is it?
Today is episode 099. We need to talk about these people's lives.
It's just as vague.
It's just
but still. What?
Yes, I know. It's extremely vague, this title. Yeah. I'm Jill Chacha, and I am with the wants more specific shit, Marissa Riley.
It's me. I need details, man.
I know. We're going to get to it.
Okay.
And it's so exciting. Today is so goddamn exciting. Before we get into it, if this is your first time listening, welcome to the flock.
Welcome.
Dr. Riley here comes in cold and learns everything in real time, just like you.
It's true. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today, and I still don't. I still don't.
She still doesn't. All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
So today we're going to chat about two people you may have never heard of before.
Okay.
But after this episode, you'll be texting your friends and hopefully telling your coworkers about, first, Joseph Pujol,
Okay.
the early 20th century artist who became one of the highest paid acts at the Moulin Rouge because he could inhale vast volumes of water through his anus and fart a tune.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's more talent than I have.
Ah, well.
I am not going to lie. I've never put my body to that kind of test before.
Wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
That only happens on accident in my department.
We will definitely get into all of that. But before we move on to the next person featured in this episode, we need to thank another colossal human and member of the flock, Lauren Nayert again.
Fuck yeah, Lauren.
Lauren, who's been killing it lately.
Yes!
Lauren's been DMing us articles galore, and we cannot say thank you enough.
Dude, thank you so much. You're like our hero, and
I
we
can't.
owe you a margarita.
I can't even. Lauren, thank you for bringing this man's ass to our attention.
Yes. Oh,
Thank you.
yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes, thank you.
So, in the second half of the show, well, I bet you've heard of a little film called The Exorcist.
Believe it or not, I have.
So that movie was based on a book by author William Peter Blatty.
Okay.
And that book was inspired by a boy
Okay.
who grew up to work at, you guessed it, NASA.
Oh my God. Like the directions some people's lives take, like, woo! Like, fun fact, when I was in, kindergarten?
Yeah.
I
wasn't expecting Kim. Okay.
Oh, it gets sad before it gets more sad. So I would get like full blown beat up by a guy named Will Thomas. Real name, Will Thomas. Full blown beat me up because I had short hair and that was it. And I'm not sure why else.
Will Thomas?
Will Thomas.
You know, you rearrange those letters, it spells cunt.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, guess where he works now? I've looked him up on
I swear to God, if he works at your company.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if he worked at my day job and I had to, that would be a great excuse not to go back to the office. Like, I have to stay at home. Will Thomas might beat me up on the playground, the part of the playground that no one can see. That's how I learned what getting winded was.
Jesus Christ.
Guess, okay, one more guess and then I'll tell you where he works.
Is it pop culture related?
It's the ACLU. Yes. Will Thomas, if you are listening, you're not, because apparently you're helping people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a turn.
Isn't that wild?
Wow. He saw the light. He saw the
light a little too late.
Yeah.
I would have appreciated.
How old was he when he...
Dude, we were like 6 or 7.
Okay. You were the same age. Okay.
Yeah, we were the same. I mean, that was the only... Yeah, we were even in that
I was worried.
And then he brought it up later in our... Because we went to school for years, and he would say, like, remember that time that I would beat you up all the time?
Oh, my God.
So he would, after the physical stuff, he would bring it up in class all the time.
Wow.
So if you work at the ACLU and you sit next to Will Thomas, try to sit somewhere else.
Holy shit.
He will make you feel bad about yourself. We can go back to the podcast now. And don't worry, I have a therapist. Everything's fine now. And I have a girlfriend. Things are great.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is
Isn't that wild?
wild story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about this guy. His ass. His asshole. A very important asshole.
Yeah.
And another asshole, but a good asshole.
I love a good asshole. That's vital.
This is the best asshole.
Yes.
All right. So let's begin with this asshole, Monsieur Pujol.
Ooh.
All right. Now, to do so, we need to gas up. No pun intended. We need to gas up.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of puns.
So many.
I feel it.
Now, to do so, we need to gas up our Wayback Machine and head on over to 1867.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
like a little bit ago.
That is a little bit ago. But good news, we are in the south of France. And even better news, we're at the beach. So,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, the south of France at the beach.
Yes.
Before vaccines. Okay. It evens out.
So, it was here a young schoolboy about the age of 10 was at least waist deep in the surf when he decided to dive in.
Nice.
Now he bent over, took a deep breath, and Dr. Marissa, please tell us what happened next.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm so excited. All right. From the book Caesar's Last Breath. Okay. By Sam Keene. Quote, he felt an icicle of cold stabbing him from the inside. With growing horror, he realized he'd somehow inhaled a buttful of water. The water, this is the best thing I've ever read. The water gushed out of his rectum a moment later, and he felt fine. Mm-hmm. Still, in italics, still. He ran to the family doctor, who chuckled and told him to forget about it. But the boy couldn't. I couldn't either.
No.
He refused to go swimming anymore, and he never breathed a word of the incident until his early 20s. End quote.
Yeah.
This is a whole other kind of trauma.
Yes,
this is a whole... We're just really digging deep into the trauma, going right up the butt.
That's right. It's trauma from both ends today.
There you go.
So, my friends, like many of us, Joseph buried his childhood deep and only chose.
Sorry.
And only chose to bring up the gift that made him a weird genius when attempting to impress his buddies years later. Oh. Huddled together in some barracks belonging to the French army, young soldier Joseph recounted his beach day to his soldier friends.
I'm glad he told someone.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad he told someone. That's all.
That's right. Now, this was the mid-1800s, but people are still people.
Yeah.
And these 20-year-old guys were like, prove it.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Even though I am like a lady, well, I would, if someone told me that story, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to have to see that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to see this.
That's right. Photos or it didn't happen.
Yes.
So Joseph did what any rational person would do. When on leave from the army, he headed back to the beach to practice.
Okay, all right. Everyone's laughing about this right now, but the commitment, you guys, commitment to what sounds like will be his art.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We will get into it.
Art.
Yes.
Art. Making art out of something that I'm still embarrassed to do in front of my partner of 4 years. It's fine. We'll be okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into it. So, he went back to the beach and practiced. He eventually became so adept at sucking in water with his ass, he was able to carry up to 2 liters.
How did he measure that? Did he? I'm like, that's a specific.
That was on his alone time. Yeah,
okay,
so
cool.
He didn't stop there. If you could inhale water, air shouldn't be a problem, right? So
I guess not.
This is what Joseph worked on next. Dr. Marissa, would you please do the honors and help me tell the beautiful people out there how all of this even worked and where this ability took him?
We have to.
All right.
Okay.
Take it away.
Freaking out. All right. From Caesar's Last Breath, quote, he bent over, then plugged his nose and mouth and contracted his diaphragm, which expanded the volume of his abdomen. Volume and pressure are intimately related. As one rises, the other falls.
That's right. So, expanding his abdomen lowered the pressure inside it, creating a partial vacuum. Normally, when the diaphragm does this, air rushes in and fills our lungs. But because Pujol had bent over and plugged his mouth, air rushed in through the outdoor instead. Best of all, after inhaling the air, Pujol ripped loose the most epic fart of his life. He was thrilled and ran off to show his fellow soldiers.
I love that. That's so great. Continuing, the most beautiful story I've ever heard. Pujol spent the next several years perfecting this, in quotes, skill, but I don't think it needs to be in quotes. I think this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Until he could fart without interruption for 10 to 15 seconds. That's so impressive. He found he could vary the pitch and volume of his farts as well, playing them like musical notes. He'd always been a theatrical boy, constantly singing and dancing.
He was extra, really?
Wow, I didn't suspect that at all. And after he honed his repertoire in the barracks, he grew a mustache and hit the road with his acts in the mid-1880s, end quote. I like how to seal this deal, he needed a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
And also, while you were describing the bit with the diaphragm, I absolutely tried, and that is not what my body does. I just get kind of lightheaded. I tried covering my mouth and holding my...
Oh, is that why you were quiet?
Yeah!
I wasn't looking
That's
at
why
you.
I didn't tell another personal anecdote about getting bullied. Is because I was trying it and then nothing happened.
Because you almost passed out.
Because I almost passed out. What if I had passed out while recording? Would you
The
continue?
show must go on.
That's okay. You can continue. Finish the recording and then you can call an ambulance.
Oh my God. So, with that mustache, Joseph was ready at both ends. And
Amazing.
my friends...
Did you come up with that?
I did.
That's really good.
Thanks.
Good job.
She's literally patting me on
Really
the back.
good job. Well done. I appreciate it.
My friends, by the mid-1880s, he had successfully metamorphosized into the artist he was meant to be.
Yes.
My friends, may I introduce you to the man now known as Lipetomane, or in English, the Fartomaniac.
I love this so much. Oh my God.
Like any confident white man, Joe dreamed big and went straight to the most popular entertainment venue in the world at the time, Le Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
Now, on an evening in 1892, Joe landed his opportunity. He landed a short audition in front of the director himself, Charles Zidler. Now, when Charles asked what specialty Joe had that was just so extraordinary Joe had to meet him personally, Joe answered, quote, "Well, you see, monsieur, I have an anus like a suction device."
Amazing. That is just I don't think I'll ever have the confidence to say that. Maybe I'll try it later.
It's
beautiful.
If I wasn't looking for a job, I would totally say this in a job interview.
Right? Just give it a shot.
See what happens. If you just feel like blow it, just do it.
Look, you have two things. They're going to ask you to leave, or they're going to make you the CEO of Google. Like, it's going to happen. Trust me. Everyone go try it.
Yeah.
Or don't. We all need money and health insurance and rent and stuff. Okay, don't.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe the CEO of Google can do this.
Yeah.
Totally. So where was I? Oh, yes. Okay. Continuing the quote, "In other words, my anus is so stretchy that I can open and close it at will," end quote, as reported by the book Lipetomane by Jean Nohan and F. Karadec. Check it out. So, completely intrigued, Zidler fetched for a large basin of water for Lipetomane to inhale, if you will.
Yeah.
Pujol, of course, came prepared for this challenge, having cut a hole in his underwear.
That was my next question. I was like, do we see full butt while he's doing this? Does he keep it in his pants in some way, shape, or form?
He is clothed, and we'll see a little video.
Okay.
I gave it away.
Oh! I am thrilled.
So, Yes, he fetched for a large basin of water. He had to cut a hole in his underwear. And as though he had been doing this for years, which he had, Joe quickly sucked the water out of the tub and released it right back.
Amazing.
Now, to say Zidler was shocked and impressed is an understatement. But this audition gets even better.
I had a feeling it would.
Pujol admitted these intakes of water basically acted like an enema. So now he's squeaky clean. And because of this, his act has a second part, farting at will, in tune, and best of all, his songs are odorless. So, yeah,
I didn't
odorless
even
farts.
think about that. Odorless farts. All right, so we're all gonna go home and try this. We're all gonna quietly try this and then never tell anyone.
Yeah. Unless DM us.
DM us if it works out. Also, I would love to see Gen Z. Like with the videos and stuff, they're all dancing and like it's telling the same jokes over and over again. Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Children.
Jesus.
Squirt something out of your butt. You know, I think that's what OnlyFans is for. Never mind.
Yes, so I'm sure there's got to be somebody.
There's got to be a butt squirter.
Yeah.
That's an interesting search word. Yes.
So, I lost my place. Hold
It's
on.
okay.
Okay, so Zidler hired him on the spot, and Joe started that evening.
Amazing.
Dr. Marissa, please tell us, how did the public react to all of this? Did they love it? And what else? Yes, what else did Pujol add to his act?
There's more?
Yes.
He's a triple threat? I can't wait. All right, from weirdhistorian.com, sounds like an awesome website, quote, Pujol inserted a yard-long rubber tube into his behind and attached a cigarette to the other end, which he smoked by contracting his anus muscles to draw smoke in and blow it out. That's fucking awesome. After extinguishing the cigarette, the maestro transformed himself into a flagellant flutist. Mm-hmm. He was then able to play such tunes as Le Roi d'Agobet and La Marseillaise. End quote. Sorry, we have a little bit more of the quote to go. I really have never taken French.
It doesn't matter.
It's okay. To round out his rectal repertoire and to end his show in dramatic fashion, Pujol demonstrated his true posterior lung by blowing out a candle from a foot away and then extinguishing the gas footlights of the stage one by one. End quote. I really want to go see this. I would do this. I would get dressed up for this.
People did.
Yeah.
People fucking did. My friends, it should come as no surprise. This show raked in 20,000 francs a night.
Nice.
And made Pujol the highest paid entertainer in France.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. And believe it or not, there's actually surviving footage of Lipetomaine performing on stage. Now, this is from the 1900s. This is actually from 1900, sorry. So there's no sound, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I have an imagination.
But we do see Joe during one act seemingly playing to the audience. So I assume you'd like to see it, Dr. Marissa?
More than anything else in the world.
All right, now please tell us what he's doing. And if any member of the flock would like to watch along, fire up your YouTube and search Lipetomaine du Moulin Rouge by Edison. That's right.
Wow.
The Edison. That
Edison was like, of all the things I can film with this brand new thing, with this camera.
Farts.
It's farts.
Yep.
Yes.
People don't change.
Yes.
People don't change.
We're all the same.
That's right. So that's how famous Pujol became. Thomas fucking Edison wanted to record his ass. So those were the words I just said.
You know, whoever said fart jokes aren't funny or good, can go to hell. So.
They can go to hell and watch this video.
Yes,
okay,
please.
Dr. Marissa, I'm pulling up Lipetomaine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It is old.
It is old. There's a little title card. I don't know how they inserted it, but it's actually it looks like Helvetica of all things. and just says Le Petomaine Theater, something. It's
kind of hard to see because it's a little overexposed.
But you can see copyright 1900.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the Edison Manufacturing Company is at the very bottom.
Wow.
All right, here we go. We're hitting play.
Okay. Oh, here he is. Okay, pause. All right.
I will have some screenshots on our social media stuffs. If you can't, for some god-awful reason, if you can't watch this, I don't know what you're doing. That's more important.
Yeah.
But
take the time. It's like 30 seconds. Okay, so I see a gentleman in a tux with coattails, and he's got white gloves and the little mustache that you see at bars in Brooklyn. And okay, so he's leaning over and he's about to put his butt in the direction of what looks like a big what's the thing that you use to get water into a bottle?
Oh, yeah, it looks like
a cone.
Like a cone.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to think of the word tomorrow at 2 p.m. But yes, he's about to fart into a cone.
All right, here we go. And he's bending over, and it looks like as though he's about to announce a fart. So
yes.
Does he do it?
Okay, so he's bending over.
There you go.
Something happened.
So we can't hear it, but...
We can't hear it, but he is making hand gestures that... say he did something.
I like how he lifted his leg just slightly.
Yes.
That was a nice touch.
Like an old dog going to the bathroom. That's what's going on. Yes. Very elegant.
Yeah.
All right, so he's doing some hand gestures. He's like, okay, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. I'm going to give you something awesome. He's doing some pointing. He's putting his butt in the thing again, and then making some more hand gestures. And then he's making like a listen hand gesture. He put up his coattails and did it again. Okay, so if you watch this, I promise it makes sense. Yeah. What I recommend is watching this and making your own fart sounds.
Yeah.
I do that with all kinds of films that are not fart related. It's fun. You can do it for free. And so, yeah.
She does. I can confirm. But yeah, he is playing to the audience. Lots of wild hand gesturing.
Very elegant. He's very elegant. He's very rehearsed.
Dressed to the fucking nines.
Dressed to the fucking nines. Yeah. Really cool. I feel like if he was a ghost, he would be a fun haunt.
Oh, yeah. I really hope he's still farting to this day at the Moulin Rouge.
I really hope so. If you've seen that, please DM us.
Yes.
Or if you want to see that, please DM us. I can't do anything about it, but...
If I do one ghost adventure situation... It would be looking for this guy.
Yeah.
I want to get like what do you call it? The EMF?
Oh, EMF?
EMF of one of his farts.
Ghost encounters. We need all the shit.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. With all this fame... Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm back in my notes. Sorry about that. Delete. So, I know what you're thinking. With all this fame and fancy suits, did Pujol fart too close to the sun?
Oh.
I know. Well... What goes up must come down at some point. I know. From Caesar's last breath. Quote, after a few glorious years at the Moulin Rouge, Le Petomaine got into some legal skirmishes with the owner.
You know it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First, he got caught crooning at a gingerbread stall in the marketplace, trying to attract business for a friend.
What?
Yeah. After this, the owner sued him for breach of After this, the owner sued him for breach of contract, arguing that Petomaine was allowed to fart only inside the club.
So he was doing a little show to help his friend sell gingerbread. That's pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And the owner got in trouble. Yeah, and the owner acted like a club owner. You know,
what a dick.
The fartiste eventually quit and founded his own club, which prompted more legal wrangling.
Oh, God.
Especially when the Moulin Rouge owner found a female fartomaniac to replace him. Oh, end quote.
Ouch.
I know what you're thinking, though. Wait a minute. Someone else can do this? Please tell us, Dr. Marissa. What's going on here?
I would freaking love to talk about this. All right. From Caesars, quote, turns out she was a fraud.
Yeah.
She had a bellows or a device with an airbag that emits a stream of air when squeezed together with two hands with two handles hidden beneath her petticoat.
Bitch.
What a dick. Le Pétomane had actually stripped naked before several doctors and undergone an examination early in his career when people accused him of the same thing. End quote. You know what? She sucks.
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 And the owner of the club sucks.
The owner of the
Son
club
of a bitch.
sucks. A lot of people suck, except for Le Pétomane.
So for 20 years, Joe toured Europe, making a pretty decent living as the fartomaniac on his own until 1914. World War I.
Oh,
I know. War. Fucking war.
What a bummer.
Fucking war. So 2 of his sons had been maimed on the front lines.
Jeez.
And honestly, after an entire generation had been exposed to the horrors of chemical warfare, gas-based comedy kind of fell out of fashion.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not the same.
Yeah. So Joe stepped down as Le Pétomane and did the most French thing ever. He opened a bakery.
I love that. Oh, I feel like, and I know this isn't true, I just assume that's how French people retire, you know?
They just bake.
They just bake.
They just fucking
Again,
bake.
I realize that's a stereotype, and that's not what's happening. But if it is what's happening, please DM us.
Ah, Lord.
And let me know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful life cycle, the
Beautiful.
French.
Wonderful. Y'all are doing great.
So he baked until the ripe old age of 88 when he passed.
Oh.
No pun intended. In his sleep in 1945.
Dude, that's a great life.
Yeah.
Other than the sons getting maimed.
That's true. Yeah.
But other than that, that's a pretty awesome comedy career,
Yeah.
a bakery, dying in your sleep at 88. That's fucking sweet, man.
Fucking sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could hear him now.
Just
That's amazing.
That's his
Well done.
candle blowing out.
So,
I mean that as a metaphor for
yes.
death. Okay,
Of course,
tell me
yes,
more.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We all know the song.
Yes.
What is it?
The candle in
Elton
the
John.
wind.
There it is.
Never knowing. Okay, I'm not going to sing it.
So, that is the story of Monsieur Pujol's talented anus.
Yes.
And after the break,
Yes.
the power of Christ compels you
Oh, it does.
to stay tuned.
Yes. Please do.
Hello everyone, Stakuyi here,
And I'm Gabby.
and we are the hosts of History of Everything, a podcast which you can probably guess by the name is, well, I mean, it's about everything. Do you want to know why people thought potatoes were evil and would give you syphilis? Are you curious about all the stories of the terrible and stupid ways that people have kicked the bucket over the years? Do you want to hear tales about all of the different badasses of history and the lives that they had brought to life? Well, if so, then look no further. History of Everything is just the right podcast for you. It's available on Spotify, Pandora, and anywhere else that you get your podcast from. Join us for some fun and just see how weird and wacky history can be.
We're the All Creatures Podcast. Each week, Angie and I explore and share amazing details about the many animals we share our world with.
Plus, Chris and I are both PhD scientists and educators. So we do the deep dives in the scientific research and then come back and share what we learn in a fun and casual way. We also speak with other scientists, animal experts, activists, and many other conservation enthusiasts from all over the planet.
So you can find the All Creatures Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, Jill Chacha here from Well, That's Interesting, and I am absolutely thrilled to tell you about Spotify for podcasters. I use it, I love it, and it all started by downloading the free Spotify for Podcasters app, which has all the tools you need in one place to record and edit your masterpiece of a podcast. Spotify for Podcasters also distributes your show to all major platforms. So when you hit publish, your episodes will stream not only on Spotify, but I'm talking about the Apples, the Googles, Stitcher, Good Pods, the other ones. You get the idea. And you can monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership required. You could also set up monthly subscriptions and record ads just like this one. So what are you waiting for? Download Spotify for Podcasters today and start changing the world. Oh, and please, stay interesting. And we're back.
We are so back.
We're so back. And my friends, during the break, we took another trip back in time.
Oh,
That's right. It is August 1949.
that's A minute ago.
It's a minute.
This is a little while ago.
And because it's 1949, newspapers cost around a nickel.
Oh my God, newspapers though. There are people listening being like, what is a newspaper? What is a nickel?
Right. So if you had yourself a shiny quarter, boy howdy, you could have 4 local or national papers delivered to your door. So let's have a look through a few of them. What do you say?
Let's fucking do it.
All right. Now, Dr. Marissa, why don't you start us off? Please read to us, maybe in your best old-timey voice, what's been happening to a teen boy living in Cottage City, Maryland?
I would love to try an accent and then quit immediately. From strangemag.com's report on August 1949 Washington Post article, Pastor Tells Eerie Tale of Haunted Boy, quote, written in almost, I hate myself. I can't do it. Okay, written in an almost tongue-in-cheek style by reporter Bill Brinkley, the piece tells an out-of-this-world story of a local 13-year-old boy. The story came to light when an unnamed minister gave a speech before a local meeting of the Society of Parapsychology at the Mount Pleasant Library in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm. According to the minister, the family had been experiencing many strange events in their suburban Maryland home beginning in January 18th. Scratching noises emanated from the house's walls. The bed in which the boy slept would shake violently, and objects such as fruit and pictures would jump to the floor in the boy's presence.
Ooh.
The minister, described as being intensely skeptical, arranged for the boy to spend the night of February 17th in his home.
Not creepy at all. Not disgusting at all.
Okay, we'll just... So, with the boy sleeping nearby in a twin bed, the minister reported that in the dark, he heard vibrating sounds from the bed and scratching sounds on the wall.
Okay, continuing the quote, during the rest of the night, he allegedly witnessed some strange events. A heavy armchair in which the boy sat seemingly tilted on its own and tipped over, and a pallet of blankets on which the sleeping boy lay inexplicably moved around the room. Curiously, the article described the minister as laughing as he related these incidents to his audience. He admonished the boy by saying, now look, this is enough of this.
This is enough of this.
This is enough of this. The article ended by saying the minister called in the family doctor who prescribed phenobarbital, a prescribed drug used to control seizures and relieve anxiety for the whole family. End quote. You know what will fix this? Drugs for everyone.
That's right. You get drugs. And
drugs,
you get drugs
for everyone. I don't know much about phenobarbital, but
yeah,
if they're prescribing drugs in the 40s,
woo, you know,
you're gonna
intense.
pass out.
Yeah.
You aren't gonna get much, or you're gonna get too much done. It just really depends. It's like they're giving you heroin or speed.
Yeah.
Good luck. Have fun.
Have fun. Figure it out. So, my friends, those supposed events took place in 1949, decades before any horror film or Zach Bagans was in the public consciousness.
Fuck yeah, Zach Bagans.
Yeah. So this spooky shit seemingly came out of nowhere, and the public wanted more.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
So Washington, D.C.'s paper, the Evening Star, quote, followed up with the Post scoop with an uncredited article that... Okay, I can do this again. I'm going to do it. You ready?
We got this. We got this.
Washington, D.C.'s paper, the Evening Star, quote, followed up the Post scoop with an uncredited article later that evening on August 10th, 1949, titled, Minister Tells Parapsychologist Noisy Ghost Plagued Family.
I like how we're calling the ghost noisy.
Noisy ghost.
Lol.
Continuing the quote, the Star's account differed from the Post's in that the family was referred to as Mr. and Mrs. John Doe and their 13-year-old son as Roland Doe. It also described their house as a 1.5-story home in the Washington suburb and refers to the events as the strange story of Roland and his poltergeist.
Ooh.
The article tells of the talk given by the minister before the Society of Parapsychology and recounts his experiences with the boy. The minister told the reporter that Roland had made 2 trips to a mental hygiene clinic, and that during an earlier trip to the Midwest, the boy had been subjected to 3 different rites of exorcism by 3 different faiths: Episcopal, Lutheran, and Roman Catholic.
One quick pause. Yeah. The thought of a mental hygiene clinic, that must be just like an institution.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that they call it a mental hygiene clinic. That sounds like something an Instagram model would go to right. for like a bath. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Or some yoga.
Yep, exactly. Once they find out about it, they'll bring it back.
Yeah, let's do it.
The article quoted Richard C. Darnell, president of the society, as saying that Dr. J.B. Rhine, director of the parapsychology laboratory at Duke University, called the so-called haunting the most impressive manifestation he has heard of in the poltergeist field.
Ooh.
The article ended with the minister saying that things have actually calmed down in the household for the last 2 months. End quote, from strangemag.com. Now, Dr. Marissa, do you think that was enough to quench the inquisitive thirst of the public?
100% no. 100% no. I have seen a lot of horror movies, and I realized the public at that time hadn't seen very many.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who's seen a lot of horror movies, I need to see this through.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine someone who's not used to them being like, oh my God, is this my first experience with horror? I need to know.
That's why there's
I need to know more.
That's why there's like 10 paranormal activity movies.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many, what else?
Because we can't.
The Conjuring films.
Saws.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, there's 5,000 Conjuring movies. There is a Conjuring universe. That's what it's called.
So you can imagine we need to sell more papers.
Yeah.
So, my friends, all through the month of August, practically daily, articles were published detailing the horrifying moments of Roland's supposed possession over the year. Dr. Marissa, according to Maya Young of The Guardian, what had escalated?
Let's fucking dive in. All right, quote, the family eventually sought the help of William Bowdern, a Jesuit who conducted more than 20 exorcism rituals on Roland in the span of 3 months. I thought it was going to be in his life, but it was just on Roland. Writing in his diary on March 10th, 1949, Bowdern noted how Roland entered a trance-like state as 14 witnesses watched during one of his exorcisms. There was a, quote, scratching which beat out a rhythm of marching soldiers. A second relic of St. Margaret Mary was thrown on the floor. The safety pin was opened, but no human hand had touched the relic. Quote, Roland started up in fright when the relic was thrown down. Bowdern wrote, the boy was then relocated to St. Louis to be treated for demonic possession.
That's where you go, St. Louis.
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting sentences I've ever said. Are you having demonic possession?
St. Louis.
Problems? Go to St. Louis. They'll treat you there. That's the word they used here.
It's on the state flag.
It's on the state flag. That we're not even close to done. There's more. Quote, it seems that whatever force was writing the words was in favor of making the trip to St. Louis, Bowdern wrote. So not only do you want to go to treat your demons there, your demons want you to go there to treat you there.
A vacation. Nice vacation.
A vacation from, I don't know, demon stuff. Okay, quote, on one evening, the word Louis was written on the boy's ribs in deep red scratches. Next, when there was some question of the time of departure, the word Saturday was written plainly on the boy's hip. As to the length of time the mother and the boy should stay in St. Louis, another message was printed on the boy's chest, 3.5 weeks. I mean, this demon knew exactly what they wanted.
It's almost a relief.
I mean, I wish my demons would tell me.
Yes. How long are you staying?
How long am I gonna have to eat Indian food in bed? What? Tell me. Okay. Continuing the quote: the printing always appeared without any motion on the part of the boy's hands. End quote. Because the demon was efficient.
Totally efficient.
Yeah.
So, my friends, this fresh hell ended with one final report, published in late August by the paper that had started it all, the Washington Post. In an article titled, "Priest Frees Mount Rainier Boy Reportedly Held in Devil's Grip," priests allegedly performed 20 to 30 more exorcisms.
Oh, God.
Causing the boy to, quote, break into violent tantrums of screaming, cursing, and voicing of Latin phrases, end quote.
I mean, if exorcisms are anything like what I have seen in the movies, just from the priest standpoint, if someone made me lie in a bed tied up and said religious stuff to me, I would get pretty violent.
Pretty pissed.
Especially if you did that 20 times. Demon or not, I'm not denying the demonic possession here, but just as a person with no demon in me, I would get pretty mad. And I would also be like, I wonder what the demon wants. We should check my stomach. They might have written something there. I felt a kind of a burning. Oh, they said to go to a different state. How weird. You want to know for how long? A good month. Yeah. Hawaii. They want to go to Hawaii. Hawaii. I think we need to go there to solve all of the problems. Again, it could be a demon, but also the boy. That might be the only place the boy knew of that was away from the priests.
All right. There you go.
I think the priests are scary, but that's just me.
I get it. I totally get it. So eventually, one priest landed the final holy blow, if you will, and knocked the devil out, or some shit.
Yeah.
It was all over, just like that.
Cool.
The public could breathe a sigh of relief. But my friends, the boy, Roland Doe, whose real name was Ronald Edwin Hunkeler.
Oh, yes. I've gone down a hole for this. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've looked up some Exorcist origins, but it's been a while since I went down that hole. So.
All right. Let me know if this jogs any memory of anything.
Let
me know. So he lived a double life from that point on, constantly worried his real identity would be leaked. Quote, on Halloween, we always left the house because he figured someone would come to his residence and know where he lived and never let him have peace.
Aww.
A friend who asked not to be named told the New York Post. Continuing the quote, he had a terrible life from worry, 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 she added.
Understandably. Yeah.
Now, that's sad as fuck. But right now, we're going to celebrate Hunkeler because this guy, get this, spent 40 years as a NASA engineer.
How cool.
Yeah.
How fucking cool. He's not going to let any demons or priests keep him down. He's literally doing space stuff.
Literally. His work contributed to the Apollo space missions of the 1960s.
So cool.
He helped create the fucking technology that allowed space shuttle panels to withstand extreme heat.
Oh my God. There's all kinds of metaphors or jokes to be made about hell and whatnot, but how cool!
So fucking incredible. That's right, the kid who inspired The Exorcist helped get us to the fucking moon. So round of applause. Thank you, Ronald.
Well done.
Hunkeler died in 2020, a month before his 86th birthday, after suffering a stroke at home in Marriottsville, Maryland. So,
aww.
Hunky Hunk, this episode is dedicated to you. And please, tell Pool Joel's anus we said hello.
Yes. Oh my God, I hope they're both hanging out in whatever afterlife our listeners believe in.
That's right.
Or not believe in. I don't know.
The end.
I hope they're both haunting something.
Yes,
together
please.
Or separately.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Tag teaming.
Yes, please.
Oh my God, moving stuff.
Moving stuff, creeping
Farting
people
over
out,
there.
making noises.
Mm-hmm. Aw. We want to see this buddy movie.
I really do.
We need to see this buddy movie.
Netflix, get on it. Your content lately has been shit.
That's right. We need a ghost buddy movie.
Yes. Where is it?
A Fartomaniac and the Exorcist boy.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Yes.
In the meantime, thank you for listening, rating, subscribing, telling your friends about this guy's asshole. I'm sure they want to hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
And please Stay interesting.
Please do.